Hey Adam,
Hi,
nice to see
Rado.
you.
Long time no speak. How are you?
Long time.
Long time.
Good. I've sent you this idea for the series of videos in which we could try to use our methodology, your methodology, and showcase how we could implement our solution for different brands. And this could be a pretty good idea for basically a lead magnet or something that we could share with the world. Basically explain what we want to do, what kind of service, and how we want to make users' experience better out there in the internet and improve it in a different and previously unavailable way. So that's my idea for this meeting. I know that we have prepared 3 slides for this meeting. So let's give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think before maybe we begin, I think it's very important to show that our methodology, as you said, it's not, the strike of genius, that there is a brilliant idea. It's more like what we want to create is that any website, any client, we've got a tried and tested and optimized framework to find places where the marketing can be maximized, can be done better. And yeah, with all the tools and methodologies and also our experience, like, I've got more than 10 years in marketing, you've got more than 10 years in marketing. So I guess, like, what I'm trying to say is that we know that it's both art and a craft. And by having those modern tools, this craft can be so great and produce unique results. But it always focuses on the target group, on the challenge, and the ways we can solve it. So yeah, like, I'm super pumped to show you what I prepared for actually a supplement brand where I thought that, look, it is something that causes people a lot of stress. We always feel we need to know something. We need to recognize that I've got a challenge to be fixed with some natural remedies. And then I open this black hole of the internet of research. Okay, what do I take? How much do I take? When do I
Oh my God,
take?
so many questions,
Yeah,
right?
and, like,
So many questions.
and there's always this anxiety causing situation where, like, when it's going to start working, is it safe for me? Is it okay for me? Am I wasting my money? Because let's be honest, there is quite a lot of snake oil salesmen online with this kind of stuff. But this is why I think, a trusted source that helps you in an interactive way, that's the way for brands to move forward and increase brand loyalty, increase time on site, of course, like, grow their business. But instead of writing massive SEO long blogs that hardly anyone reads nowadays, like, let's recognize it's 21st century and we can interact with the websites.
Let's show it. Let's show what we prepared, and I think it's gonna be the best way
Hmm.
to present our thought process because we have to assume that people don't know what we do. So
Sure.
we have to kind of show it, right?
Sure. So let me try sharing my screen.
I share the screen for you,
Yeah,
Adam.
thank you.
Please go ahead, take
So
over.
if you go to the next slide where it says brand one on it, basically a quick introduction to my thought process is I found, let's say, mid-market US-based supplement company that already generates some traffic. They already have some sales, but the challenge we know they have is they want to elevate their brand. They want to become different to the competition, as well as uh, is the sales of couple of product lines. I don't want to go too much into detail, but so we already have established a website with traffic that basically can convert better. So one of the main thing for our solution is that it extends the marketing which already is there. So the first step we are doing is that we monitor non-branded organic keywords to see what pages are generating traffic. And then in analytics, we will see what the behavior of this traffic is. So what you see on the screen is that via my research, we found over 31,000 non-branded keywords in the supplement industry. So you can imagine how much anxiety there is in the market. How many people go, like, oh, how do I take this? What's good for, let's say, improve the immune system. So people don't know the names of herbs. They know that they've got headaches in winter. People don't know what's I don't know, lemon balm. They know they need to sleep better, and we can see it in Ahrefs on the screen now that the search volume for something like this is significant. So what we do is that we want to monitor what happens with this traffic. So here's a screenshot from that very, very online retailer that, and on the surface, it looks correct. There is a attractive, colorful, informative blog post with a lot of internal linking, stuff like this. However, it can be a bit off-putting. There's a lot of text for me to read, even if, it can be engaging. The research I've done is that over 1,200 entries to that page on a regular basis, with nearly a third, over 30% bouncing. So taking no action, no scrolling down, and not clicking anything. So it is wasted potential for a very, very attractive target group.
So I will tell you how I read this.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm reading this. So people search for specific keywords. We know that they're already aware that there are specific herbal teas or some solutions for them. They even point that they need something for pregnancy or tea pregnancy or some specific. They know a little bit. They are educated a little bit, but they either land on product side in which they don't know which tea they should pick. They are still confused. There is still a lot of question marks, or they often land on a page like this one with a lot of text. And they're like, oh my God, I don't have time to read all of this. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm
because
me.
our
And
behavior,
even though all this investment was put into the SEO work to capture the traffic, 30%, lands on the page and they're disinterested immediately and they don't engage in any interaction with the website.
Because that's gonna that, let's say, frame of mind is gonna accelerate, because nowadays the people online, they don't want to search as quickly. They want immediate answers to their questions. So even there's this great report from Google how the search how the search algorithm of users has changed. We are more asking questions. So back in the day when we were learning about SEO, one of the cornerstone was think like the visitor. What would the visitor put into Google? So now with AI, people don't only want to put their questions into Google or any other search engine. Let's be inclusive for everyone in the market, but also they want a direct answer from them. They ask a question. I want to what's good for it. For example, what are top herbal products for a healthy pregnancy? I want a list. I want I want specific items, like this is good, that is good, and that is good.
Adam, how is it better than ChatGPT or Gemini?
Because first of all, and I think we discussed it a while back, is that hallucinations are the real issue. And at the same time, still the brand equity, the company we are seeing on the screen is for over 50 years in the market. It is trusted. It has been people see it as this is an established player. I just don't have time to go through all the knowledge they gathered and all the knowledge they published to find answers, but I know that the content on this page is reliable. I just want it in the way, presented to me in the way that immediately answers my question. Imagine that, for example, here we are talking in the middle of the day on a nice sunny day, but imagine if there was a stressful situation, if there was an added element that I want to answer quick, and sometimes, not even sometimes, often that's the case. I don't have time to read even the best blog post. I want reliable source,
and
give me answer.
And also personalized answers,
Absolutely,
right? So
absolutely.
ChatGPT often doesn't ask you questions, necessary questions to get a proper answer. And in here, in the I guess we have to slowly we can move to the let's say value side. What are the requirements that the user has to provide to get the proper answer that is validated by this brand? So I guess that's the idea behind this idea of building such solutions like this one and embedding them in the article like this one so that we could have traffic, article, and also extra value, which is superior to ChatGPT experience, I guess.
And it's also much superior to ChatGPT because actually, like even a couple of days, there was a research done that those LLM models are very prone to confirmation bias. How often do we hear like, "Oh, you're absolutely right," because it, like it behaves in the way that you, by asking questions, it's very easy to suggest it. This is why people are putting those, let's say, more advanced users, those guardrails, like Chat GPT, you are the expert, ask me follow-up question, clarify your thinking. But it can be, I don't want to overemphasize, but maybe not risky, but a user might not know what they don't know. They know they've got a headache in winter. They know they are not sleeping well. And if you ask ChatGPT, "Oh, will lemon balm help me?" Lemon balm is a herb. Yeah, it will it's well known for this relaxation promoting property, stuff like this. But with the solution we see on the screen, by basically selecting, I want to, relax and sleep better, there are follow-up questions. For example, I don't I want to avoid this kind of, I know that I'm allergic to this type of other substances, or I'm totally new to this. You can specify in the app on the left, you see that I'm totally new to this. I want to try, and maybe I'm just trying to think how we can present it on the screen in an interactive way.
Let me do
Yeah,
it. Let me do it. And I'll open it up. And now it's shared. It should be visible. And we could like click through. Could you guide me? Like how can we use the app?
Keeping in mind what we saw in this keywords research, if you go to, let's say, immunity support, that's what. So you specify the goal. Okay, I want to feel better. I want to feel healthier. But for example, I know that maybe I've got some, digestive issues with caffeine. So for example, caffeine only. And in the morning, it's stressful. I've got children. I've got, always, always late. So I want to take care of myself in the evening. And we can also, something what a basic search will not allow you to do, or even a blog post will have each paragraph. If you are experiencing frequent calls, if you're especially vulnerable during the flu season, and my preferences to taste are, as we see on the screen, I can specify this. And once it's done, if you scroll a bit further down, from the catalog of tried and tested supplements, I've got products for me to use, how to use them in a daily routine, some additional wellness tips. And yeah, if you scroll down, you can see that those have been pre-populated into a basket. Of course, there is a promotional code to give you even more reasons to convert. And with this particular client, what we have is they offer subscriptions. So we already segmented this, let's say, lead, that we know what their challenge is, what their preferences are, and we can offer them bespoke supplementation plan, even as a subscription. So, we know that you experience this during the flu season, so let's subscribe to those remedies for autumn and winter and maybe early spring. And you've got 15% off. Leave your email for additional wellness tips from our experts. The journey like this can be different for me based on my goals, will be different for you based on your goals, and different to anyone listening to us, but always enclosed within a tried and tested set of products to choose from, and the knowledge, 50 plus year knowledge to leverage from. So that also increases this, I would say, trust compared to a generic chat GPT conversation, which is, not hating chat GPT. It is valuable. But I think and seeing basically from the market research, the interactive tools embedded onto an e-commerce website can more than double the conversion rates. If we start talking marketing purely, time on site goes 8 times, conversion rate more than 2 times, and I think the average order value can go between 20 to 40% up. Those things work, and I think a lot of
That's amazing.
working with the providers like us, we take care of all of this journey. So the client can focus on their products. The client can focus on their core operation, and they don't even need to worry that, oh, is it going to be one app or is it going to be 15 apps? We monitor your traffic. We specify those points. We put a mini app here and there, all within one like monthly subscription. But because the goal is to maximize your marketing, not like a software house which gives you like, hours per developer per app. We want these things to work rather than just to put them on the website and bill you. So maybe let's move to, if you don't have any further questions, to the second part.
I have this feeling that you know this brand pretty well.
Okay. Okay.
But it's fine. I picked a brand because I had a little bit less time to prepare, but I picked a brand which is a bigger brand than the one that you picked, and I chose iHerb.com.
There we go.
So they've got a ton of traffic, but as you can see, 2,155, and I went for keywords like how, what, difference, and I was looking for like people who are like really like the like the SEO and paid traffic. It's all about transactional commercial keywords. But like I know that a lot of this content that was produced for blogs, a lot of informational keywords are out there, and the user experience is just terrible for these keywords. And as you can see, I pick like how much beetroot powder per day, and I know that myself. Like I take supplements, and I know that I don't know like how much should I take a day. Like what's the size of the like the how many grams of specific bottle. It would be so much easier if I would have an answer right from the beginning. Before even I buy a purchase, before even I purchase a product. So iHerb is like the biggest brand out there, one of the biggest.
Huge catalog. They've got a huge catalog.
Yes, huge catalog. So it might be a challenge, but like you can go category by category or supplement by supplement and basically build some kind of superior experience. That's the beetroot page looks like that. It's awesome that they have a YouTube video, they have some content, but I have to like I'm on the mobile, I'm on like I just want to have an answer. Probably people will go to ChatGPT. So there is a real problem that these pages will dry up from traffic. What if in ChatGPT, even in ChatGPT, it would like, okay, I will give you answers, but it's better that you go into that page and they have some kind of solution to calculate and give you a personalized answer based on your weight, on your age, on your, I don't know, different issues that you experience. And I think that having next to the video or like above or below some kind of button or embedded app would be awesome. And I also give it a try. It's much worse than the one that you produced, but I believe that this is the future, producing a lot of mini personalized, validated apps, of course, validated with the team based on the catalog, product catalog, not like ChatGPT gibberish and uncertain hallucination. But in here, I believe that it is possible. So my prompts and my methodology gave me basically a focus on specific. Actually, I took the keywords, so it was beetroot, but it also extracted all of the 2,500 for 150.
There we go, yeah.
Most of the keywords out besides beetroot were focused on magnesium. So that's why the one app, a mini app that I created was focused on magnesium. And to be honest, I have no clue about magnesium. I just know that I take a couple of times. I have like 2 bottles. And I have no clue what's the difference between them and which bottle, which type should I take in specific situations. So in here, if we would open it up, there are health goals that I have to define. Then what type of form I prefer, and there is basically some recommendation here, and then we can click through to specific page with specific category of the products that are, most suited to my situation. It's like 10 times easier. Like it's 10 times simpler than the one that you've built. But in my eyes, it's still it's still better experience than just reading the wall of text about magnesium or beetroot. So I believe that it could be possible to create like micro apps, even not mini apps, but micro apps like these ones. So I think that it could be even considered that as a different strategy potentially.
Absolutely, and because it's so, we can with the right framework. It took us quite a long time to develop this framework. And when working with clients, we do validate it against competition, against their catalog. Like those steps are those are our, let's say, IP for this offering. But just by showing how, because you've built it in a couple of prompts, and we've got this framework of how to embed it, how to monitor it, how to test it, is that what used to be a developer job now becomes marketing conversion rate optimization job. So nothing is
Absolutely.
stopping us from creating 15 apps like this and A/B testing, multivariant testing them. This is why this research we show with Ahrefs to see organic traffic someone is already seeing, to maximize what's already they invested in. Well, here's what I think. Like, this is the future of content. We are not losing this content. We just need to make it more interactive.
No, we enhance. We just add on top of the content that already exists and still produces a lot of traffic. A lot of people open up tabs. We just add on top of it an experience that is superior, potentially
Exactly.
superior to ChatGPT, and that is validated. It's not probabilistic. Hey, maybe I'll find an answer with ChatGPT. Maybe I'll ask the right question, but it's it's a funnel. It just asks the questions. It's 0 or 1. It's deterministic, and then it gives you validated answers. So in here, maybe it's not yet visible, but that future is possible. And I as a user, on an iHerbs.com domain, I would prefer to have such experience compared to ChatGPT, in which I have no clue if it hallucinates or not, if he calculated the numbers the right way, or he didn't, or it didn't. That's my approach. That's why I believe that your approach and this methodology is something that is worth exploring and seeing if a what's the percentage of positive ROI could be could be achieved. That's a good question in my opinion, but I believe that it's north from 20%. Like, out of this 30% our bounce rate, I believe that at least 10% less could bounce.
Even more, like,
and also way more users could convert if they would have this much better experience.
So there are two aspects to add on to this, is that we already see, and it has been proven by research, by interactive tools, just by the nature of them, the time on site goes 8 times. So we've got X on, let's say, that landing page that we just saw on that blog page, but just by having an interactive element there where the user can exchange value, let's say, like clear those very low hurdles. Okay, let me try interacting with this. The trust to the source by seeing the results. Oh, like what's it? It's one of the fundamentals in marketing, the law of reciprocity. I will give you value. You are more comfortable dealing with me after this. So
you land, you have a problem, and they give you a solution, and you're thankful. You remember that brand in a positive
I've educated
way because
them, and
yes, and it's not the wall of text taken from encyclopedia or Wikipedia. It's just something that they invested money to provide the user with better experience and value.
I also think that embedding, as you mentioned, I think it's very important and worth repeating, is that by embedding those interactive elements on blog posts, they provide value, but the user already sees, oh, look, this is based on the content. If I want to double check, if I want to learn more, explore, it's right there as well. Google already indexed it. It was first or second position in Google. I just save time. But if I go, oh, this is interesting, why do they chose, I don't know, the calcium, magnesium, threonate, whatever that was on the screen for you? There can be an option. Okay, I want to learn more. So we can have either an AI assistant to educate me further, and even start this loop again of exchanging value, exchanging goodwill, or you just go, okay, this is the recommended product. It's based on this long blog post, which is, top in Google. I trust this product much more than compared to, that came from a black screen of some LLM.
I believe that there will be a huge crisis of trust in the internet, and the theory of that internet is coming. So basically, everything will be AI generated.
Yes.
And people will be looking. The people will be looking. people trust people or people trust brands. If a user lands here and it sees a YouTube video here and it's a YouTuber that they know, they will have no problem buying that and listening to the recommendation because they know that they trust specific person or brand. And in the instance of the mini apps, I believe that could be the play if there would be like a button here that it was double checked by the team of iHerbs or whatever brand, that they went through it, they tested the calculator, the work, the personalization experience, and then it's embedded in the same place. I think that it could potentially be superior to YouTube first, and second, for sure, superior than ChatGPT or Gemini.
So that's a very important point to make, because with supplements, it's very personal. In the end of the day, you will be putting it in your body. So having a safeguard recommendation that discuss with the expert, you can even confirm with this ChatGPT, but send, have let's say, what's it called? The second opinion of someone, from someone real. But there are also other industries that this is very important for. So for example, finance, in wealth management, in technology, in medicine, in legal, when you can have tax advice, you can have interactive element that helps you build this goodwill and educate the user, and also in a natural way funnel them towards the call to action of reach out to us to discuss your case. Would you like to double check something? Would you like, we are pushing them in the next stage of the funnel. With the e-commerce, it's buy and try, maximize. But with services, that's the way I see it.
Adam, just to close this video, I just had this another vision. Imagine combining a YouTube trusted thought leader or person combining and talking and using the interactive solution, or a team member showing how to use it. Then the perfect combination of human based trust, human provided trust, and interactive validated trust, then the whole experience and the whole trust that people are lacking is fulfilled. That missing part is provided.
Absolutely.
Okay, I mean, I think that we've covered the two brands that we had to talk about, and I think it was pretty good exercise. Let's try to repeat that as many times as possible and showcase different solutions for different brands, different industries. And I think supplements was a good industry to start with.
Absolutely. I think, by showing how we can use it, this framework for different industries, I can circle back to what I opened with, is that it's no longer a strike of genius. It's a framework, it's data-driven, and it can be rapidly tested and improved. And I believe that's the future, rather than waiting for a perfect marketing campaign to a perfect product with the perfect tool. We can engineer this, and it would be beneficial. I believe, that's the benefit for brands. This is where the internet is going, because this is how people behave.
That's the future. I agree.
Absolutely. Rado,
thanks,
pleasure
Adam.
as always.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Talk to you later.
Pleasure.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.